أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما بقية الله الأعظم روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفداء رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Now, as we are going to get forward with this, it's important that this message gets out to all of us. A lot of times what happens is that we are all looking for happiness. There's no one who lives their life looking to be miserable, to live through dread and pain. Everyone wants happiness. They end up with pain, it's one thing, but they all want happiness. You're trying to do the best that you can to find happiness. That's why you come to the center. That's why you fast, because you feel that by doing this, you are going to get some sort of happiness. Maybe that's not true. And you might end up with more pain, trouble. You come to the masjid and someone said something nasty to you. So it backfired. You thought that you're coming to do something good and people will praise you, but they said something horrible. So now you end up with a headache, a dilemma. And what do you want to do? This is horrible. It's terrible that this happened to you. But here's the thing. We want to live our life for happiness. No one wants to do it the other way. But the problem is this, that a lot of times, because we don't know what life is, we go after things thinking that this is happiness when it's not. We think there's happiness in there. We think that we're going to get something good and we're going to feel better, but it's not. For example, there's a hadith that says that the best way to get rich in life, is go to Hajj. Go for Hajj. The more you spend, the richer you'll get. The more expensive the package you buy, the richer you'll get. And the more that you travel, the better chances of you getting richer. Hadith is saying that. Now, listen. Nowadays, an economy package near the haram costs $10,000. Right? It costs $10,000. Now, for a lot of people, when they have to pay $10,000, that's a heavy load on their pocket and on their wallet. But you know what? So apparently, you think, that this is going to help you, but at the beginning, you lose $10,000 right away. And that too, you have to go there and suffer. Because Hajj is not easy. Any of you who have been to Hajj know this. It is very strenuous, it's physically draining, and you find yourself at different times in different places where your life is at risk. And then you wonder, I paid $10,000 for this? Why did I do that? Sometimes you look at it, you are thinking that there's going to be some sort of happiness that you're going to get out of it, or some sort of peace that you're going to get out of this. But eventually what happens is that you get a headache, you go through stress, you spend money. It wasn't what you expected. Same thing is with life. A lot of things we do in life expecting happiness, expecting peace, but it doesn't happen. People, for example, get married to find peace. I don't know why they do that, but they do. The rumor is out there, and they believe in it. And so they get married. When they get married, what happens? This becomes the dilemma of your life. You thought you had problems before. This is a permanent. Now it's so hard for you, even if you want to get out of it, Everyone will say, no, you can't. And it so happens. So now what happens? You thought that you were getting into it to find peace, but it didn't work that way. A lot of things we do in life, but when you do things in life, you see it doesn't work that way. One of the things to understand, my friends, is this, that really the peace Allah is talking about, and the happiness He's talking about, and the reward He's talking about is not for a temporary 70 years. The peace He's talking about is actual peace. The happiness He's talking about is actual happiness. Not something where you have to come over here and do that. That's why we see many people fall into traps. As a human being, what do you want? You want actual happiness? You want real happiness? Or you just want to be like, happy for a while? There's things you can take, that are legal for temporary happiness. Yes. You can take pills and this and that, opioids and whatever it is. But what good is that? What kind of happiness is that? There's only happiness, and for a little while. That's not real happiness. And we are so much after happiness and we are not getting it, and we think that we're going to find it, that we will pay no matter how much money it is. There are seminars that happen here where you have to pay $300 to go in, and it's a seminar that's titled How to Be Happy in Life. And it's usually full. And the host of the seminar, when he comes to teach you about happiness, he says, here guys, here's how to be happy. No matter what problems you're going through, whatever happens to you, it's going to face you, and all these things happen. All you need to do is just smile. Yes, open your lips and smile. So what? That's the secret of happiness? That's how you become happy? That's an insult to my intelligence. That's how you teach monkeys how to do things, not human beings. Say it like this, come on, smile. And everyone's like, yeah. And they all just smile. Why? Because they paid $300 for this. They paid $300, and the guy who's hosting it, he's smiling, and his smile is genuine because he got $300 from you. His smile is genuine. He's like, yeah, come on, man, smile. And you are like, trying to smile. But this is not happiness. This is a fraud. This is a scam. And that's what happens. People who are trying to show you happiness, it's a scam they're running. There's no such thing like that. If we are human beings, we need to find out what real happiness is. What is that state that I can be where happiness is real, actual, and it's lasting? And that's what I want to find out. I don't want to be fooled into trying to do something by which I can fool myself or play a fraud on myself. I don't want to do that. I want to find the real happiness. How do we do that? That's important for us to know. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Now what happens is that people they are so desperate to find happiness in life, some sort of peace in life, that they will try anything. Really, they will try anything. You give them a pitch, you already had them when you advertised happiness. That's what I'm looking for. You have these psychics who promise you happiness by looking at your hand. They said, happiness is written for you. Well, if it's written for me, why am I paying you $20 or $50, for telling me that? I don't need to know that if it's going to come. But we are so desperate to know it. We are so desperate for it that we will do anything to get it. And this is the reason that we fall into so many wrong things. So many wrong things. My friends, when we talk about enjoyment in life, enjoyment is not something, for example, that is temporary, that only lasts for a little while and that's it, it goes away. That's not enjoying life. That's terrible. That's teasing yourself. You know what a tease is? Tease is something that promises you something but it never delivers. You're trying to promise yourself something and it's never going to come. What kind of enjoyment is that? That's not real enjoyment. And that's why people who want enjoyment, they think that life means enjoy. What does enjoyment mean? You know, parties, drinking, dancing, clubs. That's what it enjoyment, loud music, all these things. They think that this is why they're enjoying. No, you're not enjoying by doing things. You're not enjoying life by doing these things. You're running away from the miserable life that you have by doing these things. People who are miserable, who are unable to enjoy their life, they're depressed in their life, they find escape in these things. They find escape in music. They find escape in drugs. They find escape in clubs, in dancing, in parties. They think that, this is the spice of life. It's not. What kind of spice is that? That's only going to give you an upset stomach. I mean, it should be tasty and the taste should last, not something that's harmful and you can't even eat your food. I mean, if you ever have those hot sauces, that they dare you. When we used to be in Florida, right? The guys over there used to make up their own hot sauces at home, their concoctions at home, right? One of them was called Double Dare, He called it Double Dare. And when you put that on the food, you can't even taste the food. You're just like crying. It's hurting you. I said, this is not enjoyable, really. It's hurting yourself. Why are we doing this to ourselves? What happened? You don't like the food? What's going on with you? The problem is that a lot of us are like that in life. I don't like my life. I hate it. It's miserable. I can't enjoy it. So what do? I go into these things and think that I'm going to enjoy life by doing these things. You're not enjoying life. You're enjoying things in life. It's two different things. That's two different things. People who don't know how to enjoy life, they go into things. I want this. I want to play, I want to watch football. That's how I enjoy life. No, you don't enjoy life. You enjoy football. You enjoy cricket. You don't enjoy life. You enjoy movies. You don't enjoy life. You enjoy relationships. You don't enjoy life. You don't know how to enjoy life. That's why you need these things. If a person knows what life is and enjoys it, he doesn't need anything. Even if he's all alone in a cave, he would be having the time of his life. He will be. And that's why when you look at the Imams who were just as happy in solitude as they were in any sort of company. Why? Because they enjoyed life. They enjoyed being alive. People who don't know how to be alive, they don't know how to enjoy life, they find themselves in these things. And they say, I'm enjoying life. Really? Are you enjoying life or are you enjoying parties? Tell the truth. Why are you lying to yourself? You're defrauding yourself by saying that. Learn how to enjoy life. And when you learn to enjoy life, you will not need anything. Nothing. Everything else will be a distraction. Everything else will be a distraction. I am enjoying my life. But here, let's do this, let's do that. Okay, just to be with you, but you know what? I don't need it. I am having fun. I'm happy the way I am. Wow. How can that be? How can you reach that state? This is why we need to know about life. So my friends, do not get disillusioned or don't get fooled by these sort of things that says enjoy life. These are the enjoyments of life. No, it's not. When Allah speaks about these things, what he says? He says that your children and good cars and good houses and all these things are what? Obviously, I'm not saying the ayat literally. He spoke about horses, right? He spoke about those things, right? But I'm transporting the ayat into our age, right? All of these things that you think are the spice of life and all these things, he says these are all trials for you. Embellishments. You think that they're, well, no, they're not. There's nothing in it for you. You are fooling yourself by thinking that this is life. No, it's not. Life is much better than these things. Life is the greatest gift Allah has given us. Life is the greatest blessing He has given us, the greatest mercy He has given us. And hence, when we look at life, we should be like, Subhanallah, Allah, I just thank you for the life that you gave me. I'm alive. Why can't I find happiness in the fact that I'm alive? Is it that bad? Is it that horrible? Our life is that horrible that we cannot find happiness in there? Really, escaping from reality is what we do when we think that these things are good for us and they're happiness, but they're not. What is real happiness? Send us salawats. A lot of people say that, Maulana, I understand what you're saying on one level, but really, isn't this a game Allah is playing with us? Look at it. He's playing a game with our life. He makes us go through these trials, through this maze, and we have problems and we have headaches and we go through it. Why is Allah doing this to us? To me? Does anyone have that question? Does anyone? Okay, good. Imran, you have it. Thank you. Why has Allah done this to you, But anyone other than Imran, does he have that question in their mind, truly, and be honest, and he's honest, that long time ago you had this, right? That why Allah, why are you making me go through all these things in life? I didn't ask for this. I didn't sign up for this. Why are you making me go through all these problems in life? Really, I didn't ask for it. And you know what? Your question is valid. Allah is the one who's giving you all the troubles. No one else. Don't try to blame your relatives who are playing magic on you. Don't try to, for example, blame Israel for all your problems. You have flu and you blame Israel. Okay, listen, relax, man. They're not that strong, right? The only one who's strong enough to give you a lot of problems in life is Allah. And He's the one who gives it. That's true. He's the one that when you feel that you are now stable and settled down, boom, He punches you in the face. And you're like shaken up by it. Your whole life is shaken up by it. Allah, why are you doing that to me? It's true that He does that. It's true that He does that. And I have no excuse for it. I have no excuse for it. There's no legitimate justification for it. Allah does that. And He accepts it in the Quran that He does that. No one else does it but Him. So, why Allah? Why are you doing this? All I can offer you is this. And I want you to understand this. All I want to offer you is this. It's like, for example, Allah is playing a game with you, like chess. He's playing chess with you. You're on the other side, He's on the other side. And He is playing with you. You make a move, He makes a move. You make a move, and He makes a move. Now tell me, Allah, at the end, you are the all-knowing, the all-wise, and I'm just an ignorant old fool, I am going to lose. I am going to lose. Here's the thing. When Allah, the only thing I can tell you is this: when Allah is playing with you, the only thing that you should know is that if you're playing against Allah, He will never let you lose. He will never let you lose. The only people who lose are the ones who do not play the game of life and run away. Those who play the game of life and go through the problems, Allah is that trainer who is giving you problems just to make you better. And anytime He sees that you're going to fall, He is there to pick you up. Anywhere you see that you are now shaken up, He's the one who gives you stability. Anywhere that where you are now dizzy, disillusioned, He's the one who brings you to a refuge. Billy, when you are going to have the toughest time in your life, trust me, your toughest time is yet to come. Yeah, you had a great life, ups and downs, roller coasters, and this and that. That's nothing compared to what's coming. Yes, you think you had some frightening moments in your life? The most frightening moment is coming. It's coming in your life. I want you to just, this is a preview right now. I'm giving you a trailer, of the moment that's coming in your life that's going to be the most frightening moment of your life, and that is going to be in your grave. When you will be taken to your grave the first night, and people will come and put you in the grave, your relatives and people who loved you and all these things, they are just going to come and give you a shoulder and then put you in that grave, read a Fatiha for you, put the dirt on you, and, not even the whole dirt. They'll just put a little bit, go behind, and then the tractor will come and put the rest. And that's it. Now you're in your grave. And when you get into that grave all alone in solitude, nothing there, and they all walk away from you, and you realize how lonely you are now. And then when you see the angels as they come to you, and as they are going to come and they are going to now just appear before you. You have never seen an angel, right, in your life? That itself is a frightening sight. An angel? That's new. Never seen an angel before. I only saw a depiction in movies. But it's quite a bit difference, when it's in real life. In real life, those angels don't look so pretty. They don't look so pretty, It says that when they come, it will be like a scary sight, frightening. So when you are going to stand there, and you will be at the most frightened moment of your life, and you are a man who lived life, and you knew what life is, and you lived it, and you did it for Allah's cause, and you did it for Allah's sake, and you wanted happiness from Allah, and you're expecting it from Allah. So as you lie down there, and the angel now comes to you, and you're like so afraid right now, that you are just shaking in your coffin, what will happen? Allah will tell the angels, that angel that comes there to question you or to get you, He will tell the angels, move aside. Go on to the side. The angel will move aside, and then there will be Ahlul Bayt that will appear. At the lowest point of your life, Allah will send Ahlul Bayt to give you comfort. Imam Ali will come. Bibi Fatima will come. Imam Hassan will come. Imam Hussein will come. They will give you comfort there. Allah, in all my life, when I was falling down, you were always there to catch me. Even at this moment, when I am nothing, and here you are catching me, bringing me to comfort. My friends, when you play a game, and it's Allah who's your opponent, he will never let you lose. The only reason he gives you problems is so that he can make you a better player, a stronger player, so that you can reach your heights. That's the only thing that he takes you. That's why he says, don't take this life seriously. It's just a game. It's a game. Don't take it seriously. Whatever you're going through, you think that I'm going to let you be destroyed? No, I will let you fall, but I will not let you be defeated. I will let you go down so you can stand up, but I'll never let you be broken. I'm the one who's there for you. This is that comfort we have in this life as we live. The problems we have in this life, let it be. It happens that we have problems. Every one of you have problems in life. Every one of you has problems. No one is without problems. And you know what? When those problems happen, know that it's Allah who's giving it to you. And if He is giving it to you, then He's in charge. You know that He's never going to let you be destroyed. Trust that in Allah, and you will find your peace here in this life. You will find a comfort in this life. And then when you find that comfort, that's the actual reason for being happy. In this life, that's the actual reason for being happy. Not by doing things like partying and this and that. This is garbage. That doesn't make you happy. You know, it's like, for example, you have cancer and you're taking Tylenol. I'm sorry, it's not going to cure your cancer. Yes, it'll help you get through the night. But in the morning, you'll have your headache. And your cancer is all back. That's all that happens, right? So this is why true happiness here is not escaping from reality, but facing reality and knowing what it actually is. And what it actually is that Allah is in front of you and He's making sure that you do not get destroyed. This is where the true source of happiness comes in life, of this world. I will end here. We only have like 3 more speeches to go. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and Monday. Tuesday, obviously, will be the night of Eid. So, we will have just a short speech. Everyone wants to go back and get ready for the Eid. And we have lots of things to do, and I'll just give instructions that night. We only have 3 more speeches to go. I want to wrap this subject up. And inshallah, we want to take it to some sort of a conclusion, a climax. So inshallah, you get a whole picture of what life is, and as I am explaining to you, and hopefully this will help us in our life and as we go forward.